Hello, everyone. Good morning. So let's get started. Mm, The four major topics are user management, permissions, disk management, and the package management. So these are the four major topics. So 4 days it will take to complete that particular specific topics, and then we'll jump into the cloud. Now, let us say what is mean by sleep command, jobs, FG is nothing but foreground, BG is nothing but background, and then kill command. What someone is expecting today, right? What is kill and all? We will see that today. Now, let me go back to the system. For example, I will tell you one scenario. When we run some commands, those commands will get executed, right? So in the backend, your operating system will allocate some CPU and memory to do that particular specific task, whatever you have executed. Now here, there are two conditions. Some commands will be running in the background. Some commands will be running in the foreground. Foreground in the sense what? For example, you can see ping google.com. You can see the command is running in the foreground. What does it mean? When this command is getting executed in the same terminal, can you run any other command? We can't. We cannot execute it because this command was running in the foreground. Okay. If I need to execute any other command without canceling it, I have to open another terminal and I have to log into the system. So that will create a multiple logins unnecessarily, right? So to avoid these kind of challenges, what we have, the requirement is I want to execute this command in the background and I want to continue with my task. Okay, that is the first requirement. Now let me cancel this. Now I can execute some commands. Sorry. Now these commands will take only few minutes or few seconds, depends upon the requirement, milliseconds or seconds, right? It has ran the command, means I have executed the command went to the shell, from the shell it has went to the kernel, from the kernel it went to the hardware, and I got a response. So it all depends upon how long the command will get executed. If the command is keep on running, you can't do any other task. It is just a single task, means if it is a normal execution like this, you can continue with your steps after this command got executed. Okay. So this is where we fall into a requirement like foreground and background kind of concept, jobs. I'll give you one more example. Now the requirement is I want to run this particular sleep command. If I give sleep 10, what does it mean? Until 10 seconds, you can't perform any other task. After 10 seconds, it will get stopped automatically. You can see it got stopped. Where these kind of commands are useful for us is I will run ls minus l end operation. And in the sense, this is the representation of AND operation. And or you might have heard about gates, right? AND gate, OR gate, and all, NOT gate. So according to that particular scenario, this is called as AND operation. And in the sense, after this command got executed, you need to execute another command as well. Okay, let us say sleep 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, I want to run date command. So my requirement is I want to execute ls minus l. After 10 seconds, I want to execute date command. So this is the example for our requirement. You can see ls minus l command got executed. Now a gap of 10 seconds will be there, and then it will execute date command. You can see it has got successful. Now we can give sleep 100, means what? 100 until 100 seconds, the command will be executed. Now, when the command got executed in the foreground, I cannot perform any other task. That is the reason why I want to keep this particular command in the background. I want to execute this, but I want to keep this particular command in the background. How will you do that? Single AND operation. What are the command you want to execute? That at the end we have to give AND. Okay, and then enter. What happened right now? A process ID has been allocated by for this particular command. The process ID and the job number is 1. These are jobs. If you want to see it, you can see it is in running status, this particular command. Okay, let me give one more example. Sleep, let us say 1000 seconds. And if you look at this particular job, and I will give one more as well, sleep 1500, for example, 1500 seconds. Now, 3 jobs are running in the background. You can see 3 jobs. Okay. When this particular command got executed successfully, you will not see the job. After 100 seconds, you will not see this particular job because the task is done right. Okay, that's what we need to understand. Now, all these particular 3 jobs are in running status. I want to see the process ID for this particular jobs, which has been allocated by the system. In those conditions, we have to give -L as an option. We can see the process ID 1072, 1073, 1074 because we have executed one by one. This is job 1, 2, and 3. Wherever you see a plus symbol, that is the latest changes that we have done for the job. Okay. Now, the requirement is, you can see after 100 seconds, the job was successfully done. What does it mean? You will not see in the list. It has been removed because the task is done successfully. After 100 seconds, your job has been stopped. Done. You can see the job number and the status and which command it is. Fine. Keep it aside. Now, my requirement is I want to bring this particular command, means this particular job in the front end. Again, I want to bring this particular job in the front end to continue with my task. What I've done till now, for time being, since I have another task to get executed, I ran this command and I've thrown this command in the backend. Now other tasks have performed. My task is done over there. Now again, I want to bring this command in the front end. How will you do that? In those conditions, just we have to give foreground means FG and the job number. For example, 2. You can see this particular command was pulled into the front end. Okay, it is running right now. Okay, now if I use Control Z, what happened right now? The job was stopped. The job was stopped right now. You can see until you start again, this particular job will be in stopped status. How will you start this particular job again? BG. Again, I want to throw this particular job in the backend. So BG and the job number. That's it. Again, if you see, the job is in running status. Okay. This is how we can play around with this particular task. You can pull your command, means you can throw your command in the backend. Again, you can pull it in the front end. Okay, you can stop the job. Again, you can start the job. These are the 4 tasks which I've shown you right now. Okay. Now, another requirement is I want to kill this particular job, which means kill in the sense I just want to stop it immediately. Stop in the sense I want to terminate. I don't want this particular job to be there on the system. I feel that this is not necessary right now, so I want to kill this. Okay, so what you will kill? The process ID. When you kill the process ID, what will happen? The task will get terminated. What does it mean? If I go to task manager, sometimes when you want to close the application when it has got hanged, what you will do? Right click and you will say end task. This is nothing but kill. What we do in Windows operating system. In Linux operating system, if you want to kill a process ID, kill is a command. Okay, -9. Okay, and then job number. Let us say, sorry, process ID 1073. Now we can see it got killed. After a few seconds, you will see it is removed from the list, the job list. Since it got removed. Again, we cannot recover it. You have to create a new job for it. So this is how we can throw the job in the backend, pull it to the front end. Again, you can throw it to the backend. You can stop the job. You can start the job, and you can kill the job. Okay. Once a job got deleted, we cannot recover it. That's what we need to understand. Okay. So these are the four important commands that we have to remember. One is sleep command, one is jobs, one is FG, one is BG, and one is kill. Five commands, which I've listed here as well. I think I listed only four, but here you can see the combination of BG and FG and kill. Okay. Now in the next level, after we learn the basics of this particular operating system commands, now we have to go to the next level. Next level in the sense what? The major task. Once the operating system was given to you, means the particular system was given to you. Okay. What are the major tasks that you perform? Installing the packages, removing the packages, upgrading the packages, downgrading the packages. All these are the activities that you need to perform. Okay. And then creating a user, deleting a user, modifying the user, or adding a user to the group, creating a group, deleting a group. All these are the activities that we perform on the user level. And then allocating the permissions to the user or the group or others. These are like permissions management. Okay. Next, after learning this, we have to go for disk management. Okay. Means how to create a partitions. What is a file system? Okay. How to mount it, how to make it permanent mount. All these are activities that we have to perform. Okay. So these are the four major topics after this particular basics for us. Okay. And rest of the commands which I have not teached here, we will be learning them one by one in the next phase. We are not done with all the commands that are important for us. Few commands we'll be learning as part of other tools. So it is a step-by-step process. Until we complete the course, someday or other day, you'll be learning a new command again in Linux operating system. Okay. Now, as part of the next phase, let me try to talk about, for example, I will kill this particular job as well. 107. Fine. Now, first I want to talk about package management. Or yeah, anything is fine. Let us go with the package management. To understand this concept, let me give you some brief understanding before this prerequisite. Okay, what is it? Let me try to explain. You people might have installed some packages on Android mobile or let us say Windows system. For example, let us take this. You might have installed some applications on this Windows system, right? What are the steps you guys will follow? What are the steps in general you will follow in order to install some application on the Windows system, like VLC player or any other application, Oracle VirtualBox? Steps in the sense, I'm not talking about installation steps. What you will do to download that particular package and install? We'll go to the browser or we'll go to the Microsoft Store. We have something called Store. Either you will go to the Microsoft Store or you will go to a browser. In Android mobile, either you will go to the Play Store or you will go to the browser. If it is iOS, you will go to the Apple Store or you will go to the browser. General behavior, right? If it is a Linux operating system, we use some particular in Linux desktop. I'm not sure. Do we have anything like that? But you'll go to the browser and you can, sorry, you can go to the browser and you can search for the package and install it. So these are the normal activities that we perform on a daily basis. Now in the Windows operating system, if you want to install any application, you'll go to the browser and you'll search for it. For example, Oracle VirtualBox. You'll go to the website and you will see where is the page to download the package. Here I can see a page called download in this website. And then here I will see the package from where I can download it. For example, Windows host. If I select that, it will start downloading that particular package. After that, first download. Okay, next what you will do, installation. You will select that particular package and you will say next, 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 and you will follow the steps. Finally, you will install the application. So once the application got installed, you can access that application. So this is the basic activity that we perform, right? What about Linux operating system? You don't have any browser to search for a package and install it, right? So let us go back to the diagram to understand the concept in detail. Let us say you have a system. Right now it is Linux operating system. The version what I'm using is Ubuntu 24.04 LTS right now. Okay. Next thing is, okay, on this particular system, forget about browser and everything. Can we install any packages without having internet connection? Even in your Windows system as well. Without having internet connectivity or network connectivity, can we install any packages?
No,
Any answers?
no.
No.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. Any other answers from anyone? It's possible to install. Okay. For example, I'll give you in the pen drive, I will give you a packages of VLC player, MX player, and other players and all. Okay. And I will give it to you over the pen drive or some CD drive or hard disk drive and whatever it is, some medium. I'll give it to you. You can attach to your system. You can install it, right? That is offline installation. That is offline installation. Sometimes offline installation is not suitable. When you're installing some applications, it might need to connect to the internet and download some additional packages. At the time, this particular scenario is not possible to use. For some particular scenarios, if the package got downloaded and if it's given to you through any other medium, you can install it. It doesn't need any network connectivity. Okay, so it is possible to do. There's a first answer for the question which I've asked. Next one. Now, same applies here as well. In Linux system also, if I give you some particular package as a downloaded format, and you can install it. It is possible to do. So just understand that for everything, it doesn't mean that you have to go to the network and download the package and install it. There are other solutions as well to install the packages on the system. Simple thing. Okay, you might have seen, right? In when you purchased a new laptop, the guys will try to install a lot of packages. They will insert some pen drive and they'll copy all the applications that are necessary for your system for daily usage and they will install it. Okay, like players, drivers, and other things and all. Now, coming back to the actual point, there are certain scenarios where we have to connect to the network and we have to install the packages. Means generally we have to download and then we need to install. Now, from the location where we download the packages is called as repository. Technical term is repository. So this we can call it as package repository. Okay. Now, for Ubuntu, we have Ubuntu repository itself. Ubuntu has its own repository. Let us say it is Ubuntu repository for time being right now. So your system has to contact this particular repository and it has to search for that package. If the package is available, it should download and then install. Okay. Now here there is a problem. For everything, it is using some particular bandwidth on the network. Bandwidth in the sense what? When every system, like some hundreds of systems or thousands of systems are communicating over your network, lot of bandwidth will be used, right? Lot of bandwidth will be used because I have to send some traffic. Obviously, the bandwidth will be used. When a lot of bandwidth is used, you might be running out of service. Means your limitation of the plan and everything will be out of the range. So to overcome this particular challenges, what Linux operating system will do is first it will download. Okay. Whenever you create a new repository, first means the repository details. You will tell your system how to contact this particular package repository, technically repository. Okay. So when you specify like that, for example, I will write here Ubuntu repository. You will pass this information in a file. Okay, just understand this particular repository to which it has to contact. You will pass that information in a file. For example, that particular file is, I'll show you. The path is /etc. Okay, apt sources.list open. Sorry, not here. They have changed it. Sources.list.d. And here you have Ubuntu sources. You can see it is contacting this particular website. You can see the URL. And it is also contacting this particular website for some of the packages. But both belongs to Ubuntu. You can see ubuntu.com, ubuntu.com. And this is the version name for Ubuntu, Noble. Okay. Now keep it aside. Now this information is so important for your operating system to connect over the network and reach that particular package repository. Okay. But before that, what your system will do and what is the benefit of adding these entries? One is communication. Next one is first it will download the index page. Index, we call it as. Every repository will have an index page. For example, I will give you, when you try to purchase some particular textbook or any other book and all in the bookstore, first you will see the index page. What index page will give you? Why you will see that whenever you purchase some book, academic or some particular novels or whatever it is, you will see the index page. What is the benefit of it? What kind of information will be there? So this is not a complex thing to answer, right? Why we use an index page in the book?
What are the topics available inside the book and its page number?
Okay. Anything else?
To easily navigate to the required content.
Exactly. So these are the 2 points. First, it will let you know what are the topics that are covered in this entire book. Because when we purchase a book on the store, we cannot read each and every page, right? So time will not permit, and the shopkeeper also will not permit us to read the entire book and then purchase. First of all, we'll not have time. Okay. So what is the best thing of it? If you see the index page, it will let you know what are the topics that are covered, which page number they are. So it is easy for us to navigate to that particular location. Similar to that, every repository will have an index page. In that index page, it will have all the information of what are the packages that are provided by this repository, what is the versions that are provided by this repository. For each and every package, we'll have multiple versions, right? That information, okay, and which architecture it will support. All this metadata information will be stored in this particular repository as an index page. Okay, now that particular index page will be downloaded into your local system first. First, it will download that index page of that particular repository onto your local system. You might ask a question, what is the advantage of that? The advantage is if I want to install some package, let us say I want to install a package called OpenSSH-server. You might have seen this particular package name as part of the troubleshooting. When someone is not able to log into a system, I've shown you to how to install this package. Okay. Now, when I type this particular package to get installed, first it will not go to the repository. It is waste of time, right? I can verify whether the package is available in this repository or not by searching this particular index page, which is already available in your local system. Because of this, what is the advantage? Communication will be much faster and it will not consume any bandwidth on the network. So both are saved, time and bandwidth on the network. So this is the advantage of downloading index page of a repository in Linux operating system. So how many repositories you add? For all the repositories, it will download the index page and then it will search whether the package is available here or not. If the package is available, and if you say continue, it will contact that repository, download, and then it will start installing it. Okay. So this is the functionality of how the packages will get installed and how it will communicate to the repository. Any questions in this part which I've explained? Let us say there is another repository. For example, it is all about, let us say, Kubernetes repository. Oh, I'll just write here repository. Now, it doesn't mean that my system will contact Kubernetes repository since it is available. First, you have to tell your system. You need to pass that information like this. Then only it will contact. Then it will download the first index page of the repository. Okay. So don't imagine that every repository that is available in the internet, it will be used by your Ubuntu. No. First, you have to tell your system what are the repositories it has to communicate. And then it will download the index page. After that, based on your commands, it will download the package and it will install, or it will upgrade the package, or it will remove the package on the system. The ultimate goal is what are the packages that are available on the repository, whichever is necessary for me. I want to install that particular thing on my system. The ultimate goal is you have to install on your system to use that particular functionality. For example, any application that is available in the Android Play Store, okay, or iOS Play Store, Apple Store, we call it as. It doesn't mean that all the applications are installed in your mobile, right? Imagine your Play Store is like your, or Apple Store is like your repository. Okay. So from that, whatever you try to install, those will get installed in your mobile devices. Similar to that on the system, like Linux operating system, based on the package that you provide, first it will search in the index page. If it is available, then only it will start downloading the package from the repository. And then it will get installed. Okay. To perform this activity, we have two commands in Windows, in Ubuntu operating system. What are those two commands? dpkg and we have apt command. Now you might ask a question, these commands are common for all the operating system types in Linux? No. Here there will be a difference. But what are the concepts I've teached right now? That will be the same. Nothing will get changed in the concept wise. But to do this particular activity in a Debian and Ubuntu operating system, the commands will be same. Ubuntu and Debian. The commands will be the same because both are same flavors. Whereas in Red Hat and CentOS and Fedora, the commands are RPM and yum. These are the commands what we use. That is a basic difference. Okay. If it is for Red Hat, RHEL, CentOS, Fedora also we can use it. Okay. So these are the common things. Means the functionality wise and all. Only the commands will get differed, but the job they do will be the same. Okay. Now let's understand what is the difference between dpkg command when we have to use it and what are the limitations we have. Then we will understand what is apt command, how we can overcome the limitations of dpkg, and what are the other advantages we have. Okay. So first I will start with dpkg. The problem with the dpkg, not a problem, the default behavior of the dpkg is we can't communicate to the repository by using this command. Then what is the use of this? After the package got downloaded on the system, if you want to install it, then we have to go for dpkg. Let us say you already downloaded some particular package or you bought some particular package from another system. It got transferred. Now you want to install that single package, which is necessary for your system. Then we can go for dpkg. And remember, every package will have some extension. What is the extension for the packages in Windows system? There will be some extension of the package, file name. What is that extension?
.exe.
.exe, executable file we call it as, right?
Yes.
In
Yes.
Android and Android, You know,
APK.
.apk.
APK files. We call it as iOS. I'm not sure. Do you know what is iOS? What is an extension? I'm not sure. Maybe some X. Okay. Similar to that, in Ubuntu and Debian operating system, the packages will have an extension called .deb, means Debian. Okay. So Debian is a flavor. Under the Debian flavor, we have Ubuntu operating system and Debian operating system. But the extension of the package will be .deb. What about this one? Any idea? If someone knows about this. What is an extension of the package? RPM.
.jar.
.rpm. Okay. So this is the extension of Red Hat family. So Debian family and Red Hat family, this is the basic difference. Okay. Now let me show you one example. How to download a package first. Okay. And then we will see how to install by using dpkg. As I told you, dpkg cannot download the package from any other repository or any other website or a URL. We have to do that particular additional task. Now, how to download a package or a file from any website or a URL? For that, we have to use a command in Linux operating system, either wget or we can use curl command. These are the two new commands that we are going to see today. First, we'll talk about wget. Later, we will see curl command. I'll show you one example. There is a package with the name called, there is a telnet package, which you can install on Linux operating system, Windows operating system as well. Since I want to download it for telnet for Linux, not for Windows, sorry. See, there is a website called pkgs.packages.org. In that, I can search for some of the packages like Linux operating system. You can see different flavors. And we have Unix as well. Okay, since I'm talking about Linux operating system, here if you scroll down, we have different flavors of Linux operating system. You can see CentOS, okay, and then Amazon Linux, then Debian, Fedora, and then we have OpenSUSE, Oracle Linux, Rocky Linux, okay, and then we have Ubuntu, all these examples. You can see. Now, just a second. Yeah. Now, which one I have to pick? First, we know that it is Ubuntu flavor, which I'm using right now on my system. Okay. And then which version I'm using? First, you have to decide that. First, you have to ensure it is a Linux package. Second one is which flavor. Third one is which version in that particular operating system. Which version I'm using right now? How will you confirm that which version I'm using on my system? What command you will execute?
Version.
Last time we have discussed. Sorry,
Version. Can we say
come again. Little bit louder. I'm not able to-
hyphen version?
hyphen version. For which command it is? What is the command name?
Host name CTL.
So host name CTL. Here it will let you know which version you are using of Ubuntu operating system 24.04.2 LTS. So it comes under this, right? Select that. Again, under this, again, we see two links. Which one we have to use? Now you got confused like, okay, which package I have to download? You can see .deb. You can see this is a dependency package. This is the main package. You can see the extension .deb. So it is a Debian package I can download. But out of these two sections, which one I have to download? I have this one and I have this one as well. There is one
Based
simple
upon the
logic to
CPU.
understand. Sorry?
Based on CPU, AMD and ARM.
Based on the architecture. One is AMD 64, one is ARM. What is your architecture right now? The operating system which I'm using? The CPU. Last time we have seen, right? Here also we can see it. x86-64. What does it mean? It is AMD 64. It is equivalent to AMD 64 as well. Either you can call with this particular name or we can call with this particular name. Both are equivalent. So which one I have to download right now? This AMD 64. Select that. It will go to that particular page. Now in this particular page, if you scroll down a little bit, here we can, if I download. Yeah, you can see download. Here we can see the URL. How we can download that particular package from this particular URL. So copy that. Okay, and go back here. What is the command we have to use? I told you wget. And paste this particular URL, right click. Now if I give enter, it will start downloading. If you have network connectivity, it will start downloading that particular package. This needs a network connectivity. Internet is needed to download this particular package because it is contacting some particular website and it is searching for this particular package and it will get downloaded. Now where it got saved in your system, from which directory I have executed the command, in that directory it got saved. You can see I executed this command from this particular directory. Okay, in the current location. So that's the reason why this package was downloaded into that particular directory. Now, sometimes you might have a requirement where, though I'm executing the command from here, but I want to download this particular file and save it in a different directory. In those conditions, what you will do? For example, I want to save it under /temp directory for time being. How will you do that? Same command. Just we need to pass -O. And I want to save it under /temp directory. Okay, enter. Sorry. Oh, just a second. I have to give a name. So do you want the same name? Just copy that and give it here. Let us see whether it got downloaded or not. Splash. You can see the package got downloaded. You can compare with this particular size. But here it is 3000, here it is only 638. So I mean, there is a wrong value. It is not small o, it is capital O. My bad. It is capital O. Okay, correct this. It is small o, which I've given earlier. It is a wrong thing. Why? Because it is only just 638. But actually it is 3684. Means 3 KB. Done. So now this particular task was successfully done and your file has been saved under this particular path. If you want to save it in a specific path, okay, then we have to pass an option called -O. If you don't pass this particular option at all, then in the same directory where you have executed the command, the file will get saved. Okay, the basic difference. Any questions here? No? Okay. Now, after the package got downloaded, how will you install it? Okay, I will remove that additional one, which is not necessary. Telnet, okay. Let us say how to install it. For dpkg command, there are plenty of options. If you want to know the options that we can pass for dpkg command, -help. We can see there are a lot of options. For example, -I, you can see here, -I, capital A, -R, -P, capital P, -V. We can see all these options. Now my requirement is to install. I want to install the Debian package file. So how to do that? Either we can use a shortcut called -I or we can use -- install option. Any one of these two. Okay. So now dpkg -I and the package name. And then enter. You can see the package was successfully installed. You can see setting up telnet. This is the version what it has been installed. And you can see the file extension .deb. So it is a Debian package which got installed. How will you confirm that the package got installed or not on your system? In Windows, we have something called apps. We'll go to settings of the system and there we see an option called apps, even in mobiles as well. But in Linux operating system, we have to execute a command to see the list of packages that have been installed on the system. Okay, you might have some particular packages already installed on your system, right? For that, what is the command you will execute? We can either use apt command or we can use dpkg command. Since we are talking about dpkg, so for that we have to use dpkg, and which option? -I is for install, -L is for list all the packages on the system. We can see enter, it will scroll down, or we can use down arrow. You can see here telnet was installed. Okay, there is a meaning for II. I will tell you what is the meaning of II. This is the package name. This is a dependency. This is not the actual package. Actual package is somewhere in the bottom, I guess. Intel package. This is a dependency package. You can ignore right now. But to talk about the concept, where is it? Where is that here? Yeah. And the version of the package, architecture, and the small description of that particular package. Okay. inet utils -telnet. See, what is that website is also trying to talk about. If you see this one, see source package is inet utils. And this is the mirror in the sense what? From the location where it will start downloading the package. Okay. We can also do it with apt command, but since we are talking about dpkg, first I'm showing you this. Okay. Now this package got installed successfully. But the problem is here I will see a lot of packages. All are available on your system. There are so many packages. Okay. Now, if I want to come out of this command, Q for quit. Now, instead of using like this, I want to print a line which is matching with the word called telnet. I want to filter the output of the command. Then we have to use pipe symbol. What does it mean? We have discussed earlier. Now, this particular command output will be given to the next command as an input. So grep is to filter. I want to filter a line which is having a word called telnet. We can say this is the actual package and this is the client package for telnet. Both have been installed. Okay. So when I executed this command from this particular file to get installed, it has installed two packages. One is dependency package, which is already available in your system, but it is not installed. To be frank, it is available in your system by default. This is the package what you have installed actually from this particular package file. Okay. So this is the thing what we have to remember. Now, you came to know how to list the packages, how to filter the list of packages as well. You came to know how to install a package from a file. Now let us understand how to remove the package from the system which got installed. For example, dpkg -R is for remove. Either we can give -- remove like this, or the shortcut is -R. And the package name. Now the package name is this one. We should not give file. We should not give the file. File is only to install the package. From this particular file, your package is getting installed on your system. Once a package got installed on your system, this is the name of the package which got installed. So this is the name what you have to provide, not the file name. Okay, do remember this particular part. If I give like that, what will happen? Let me show you. It doesn't know what to do with that. It is saying you error. You must specify packages by their own names, not with the file name. Okay, so clearly it is giving you the error as well. What went wrong? Okay. Now, let me give R and it is telnet and then enter. We can see it got removed. If you want to verify it, let's do like this. Dependency package will not get removed because you have not installed it. Okay. And one more thing is it is a dependency package. dpkg command will remove only the package name what you have specified. If you want to remove this one as well, we have to pass that particular package name to get removed from your system. Okay, for example, I'll show you one problem as well. If you remove the dependency package, what will happen? -r, let me give this particular name. Now, if you see, it got removed, right? So this particular phase we have seen, scenario 1. Let me show you scenario 2. Again, I want to install it. Okay, this particular package. So what is the command you will run? dpkg -i and the file name, the package file name. Enter. What it is trying to say? It got failed. It is not successful. What it is trying to say? Any guess from this error? By looking at the error, you can understand. Sorry?
Package not in the repository. Because
No, it is. See, here I told you, it is not contacting any repository. The package was already there in your system, right?
Or
Takes
it is
some time.
saying that telnet dependency on unutils, however, package is not installed.
Exactly. So
Dependency problems.
exactly. So when you're trying to install telnet package from this particular file, it is expecting some particular dependency file. For example, I will tell you, if you want to use some particular USB, okay, pen drives and all to your laptop or a PC, first you need to have a USB drivers installed in your system. If you don't have USB drivers in your system, can you attach a pen drive? You can attach, but you cannot utilize it. Is that true?
Yes.
Yes, right. So what is the dependency for that? Drivers. Here also, for example, I gave you that example to understand the concept. So before installing the telnet package, first your system is verifying whether we have this dependency packages or not. Okay, telnet depends on this particular package. However, this package is missing on your system. First, it is asking you to install it, and then only we can install this particular package. So what you have to do? One concept you have understood that dpkg cannot install dependency packages automatically. You have to do that particular task. dpkg command is only to install a specific package, not all the dependency packages as well. So let me search for that. So dependency package also we can get it from this URL. Let me search for it. Or else I'll do one thing. I will copy this and I'll search for that. You can see it is available. So I have to search for Ubuntu AMD 64. Now, where is the download URL? Please solve caches. Okay. So this is the URL. Let me copy it. Same thing. Duplicate and down. After this, what we have to do? Which package we have to install first? This one. Without having this, you cannot install this particular package since it is missing from your system. So dpkg -i inet utils. After this was done, you can see now this particular package was there. But here it is need to be installed again. So you can see now if you see it is successfully installed. I in the sense it is successfully installed. I'll tell you what is the full form of this later. Okay. You understood, right? What are the limitations we have with dpkg? First of all, your dpkg command cannot contact any URL to download the package and install it. We have to first download by using any other approach. After it got downloaded to your system, then we can install it by using dpkg. First thing. Second thing is if you are installing some package, if it has any dependency that is not available on the system, the current command will get failed. So first you have to address the dependencies, then only you can install the actual package. So these are the two major limitations that we have with the dpkg. I cannot say it a drawback, it is a default functionality. So these are the limitations what we have with the dpkg command utilization. Hope it is clear until this point, or any questions? No? Okay. Now to overcome this, and yeah, we'll see that overcome in the next session tomorrow. But let us say I want to know the information of this particular package. How we are seeing in the browser, right? The package name, what is the size of the package? Okay. Who is the author of that particular package? A short description of that package. I want to see all that information of the package available on the system. For that, we have to use dpkg -small s and the package name. You can see the package name, status. We have seen II. What is a full form of II? Install, OK, installed. I and I. Install, OK, installed. From this particular sentence, we can understand that your package got successfully installed on the system. Priority, it is optional. Other things you can ignore. Installed size, 47 bytes. This is the version of the package which we have installed. And this is the source. And Ubuntu developers. Who is maintaining this particular package in the repository? Ubuntu developers. Okay, and what is the description of this particular package? This one. What is the dependency of this particular package? You can see inet utils -telnet. Who is the original developer of this particular package? Okay, so this is the information what we have. If you want to see that information of any package, you just need to give an option called -s. Okay, let me show you for inet utils as well. Okay, you can see this particular package is dependent on these many packages which are available on the system by default. That's the reason we haven't faced any problems while installing it. Okay. And the next one is, yeah, there's one more option called S. What is the purpose of S? For example, I want to see what are the files it has created on the system while this particular package got installed. What does it mean? If you install any application on your Windows system, it will create some directories and folders. Sorry, some particular folders and files on the system under program files. Right. For example, I've installed some application called, let us say, OCamp. You can see it has created some files and directories as well. Did I created them? No. It got created automatically when you have installed some packages. Similar to that, I want to know what are the files it has created while installed this particular package. You can see the path of the directory or files, the dependency package and the file name or a directory. This could be a file or this could be a directory. It will not show that, but we can assume. Okay. So if you want to see this information, execute -S. If you want to see the package related information, go for -small s. So what are the options we have seen till now for dpkg? -I, -r, -s, -S, and then that's all, I guess. Install all this. And there is one more option called purge. Sometimes when you remove a file, we remove a package on the system, it will not remove the files as well. Technically, this happens in Windows system as well. If you remove any application, it will not remove the files in certain conditions. I want to remove the package and I want to remove the files as well. In those conditions, we have to give dpkg -purge. Shortcut is -P or -purge. Okay, so -P and the package name. So it will remove the files as well as the package as well. Okay, this is what we have to understand. You can see the actual package is not available. Dependency packages are available. This is not available. You can see. It is not available here. Hope it is clear. So these are the options what we have seen and that we use on a regular basis in our daily activity on Linux operating system. Okay, with respect to dpkg command. Tomorrow, what we will see? Tomorrow we'll talk about apt command. So we have seen what are the limitations we have in dpkg command. Tomorrow we will see how we can overcome those limitations by using apt command and what is the functionality of that apt command. Okay, so till now we have not talked about repository file, index pages, and the remote repository, how it looks with the information. Tomorrow we'll talk about that as part of apt command. So this is all for today, guys, with the topic. And if you have any questions, you can stay back, or else we can wind up the session for today. No questions? Thank you. Thank you all.